Are you struggling to reconnect with your partner after infidelity? You're not alone. In this video, we're going to be discussing the reasons why it's so difficult to rebuild trust after infidelity. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, where have you been? I've been waiting for you. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you will never miss another video that I drop. We're going to be talking this week about the reasons why it can be so difficult to rebuild your relationship after infidelity. And I know a lot of people might be saying, rebuild? The relationship is done. But that's not the case for everyone. There are some people who want to work their relationships out, who want to get their relationship back on track, but it proves to be difficult. Trust and intimacy are at the root and at the core of the reasons why these relationships are so difficult to rebuild once infidelity is done. So we're going to start by talking about the first point, which is, as I said before, trust issues. The partner who's been betrayed may have a hard time regaining trust. You've heard the saying over and over again, it takes seconds to destroy trust and years to rebuild it. I encourage my couples who struggle with infidelity that rebuilding their relationship is always possible, but there are two things that have to be done. The trust has to be rebuilt, and the infidelity cannot continue to be a weapon in the relationship. So if you're on the receiving end of infidelity, yes, it's going to take some time for you to heal. It's going to take some time for you to work through what you've experienced. But if this is something you're willing to do, if you're willing to work through this relationship, then you cannot always use infidelity as a weapon. You have to actively take the steps to heal from that situation, or your relationship will never be restored. And if you are the person who committed the infidelity, you have to allow your partner time to heal. There are going to be times where they get triggered by the smallest things. Sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with the infidelity. Allow them the space to grieve the relationship they thought they had and be patient with them as they try to get over these hurdles and get back to a place of trust. Another reason why it's so difficult for couples to move past infidelity is because of the emotional baggage that comes with it. It's tough. In many cases, there are some partners who just cannot seem to get over the hump. They cannot seem to move past the infidelity because they are so hurt. Everything comes into play at this point. What else have you been lying to me about? What else are you hiding? Where were you? Why did it take you this long to go to the store when it only takes this amount of time to get there? There's so much more emotion that becomes intertwined with this situation because now this person who's been hurt is questioning everything. The third point is communication issues. Now, you're probably wondering, well, if we're trying to work it out, that means we're talking about everything. To an extent, yes, but there's some things that you may not want to revisit, like actually talking about the affair. Sometimes the person who was cheated on doesn't want to hear the details about what happened. Some do. It becomes difficult for the person who committed the deed to really go into details because they're embarrassed about the decisions that they've made. And they're fearful that explaining everything that happened could potentially destroy the relationship. The next point, insecurity and self doubt. It's never unusual for the person who has been betrayed to start questioning their own selves. Is it something that I did? Maybe if I had cooked more. Maybe if I didn't spend that much time on my business. Maybe if I showed a little more interest. Maybe if we were intimate more. The betrayed partner may begin to feel insecure and they may feel like it was partially their fault why the infidelity took place. Did I gain too much weight after having the baby? Did I gain too much weight throughout this pandemic? I want to remind you and let you know this is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Don't doubt your self worth. You're more valuable than you believe. And though your self esteem may have taken a hit, it's not the end, it's a new beginning. So, the fifth reason why it's so difficult for couples to get back together after infidelity is because there's a lack of remorse. There are some people who just want you to forget that it ever happened and move on. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want to apologize. They just want to find someone else to blame and move forward and pretend like none of this happened. If they're not willing to be apologetic, genuinely show true remorse and be accountable for their actions, then now is the time for you to evaluate whether or not you're going to stay in this relationship. Do you like the points that you're hearing so far? Share with me in the comments some other reasons why you think couples find it difficult to work their relationships out after infidelity. Now, I want to share with you some tips on how to reconnect after the affair. First point, I need you to communicate openly and honestly. Having tough conversations around the affair, though uncomfortable, will give you an opportunity to understand what exactly was going through your partner's head when they decided to cheat. It takes away the opportunity for you to guess and wonder, okay, I wonder why he did this or wonder why she did this. Instead, you get the straight up truth, you get the straight up answers, and that can help you on your healing journey. The next point, seek professional help. I know a lot of us are from the generation where they tell us whatever happens in this house stays in this house. You keep your business behind closed doors. You don't tell nobody your business. I could keep going, but you get the gist. But unfortunately, not many relationships can heal themselves without professional intervention. Finding a couples therapist, somebody like me, can help you reset your relationship. If you're interested in finding a therapist in your area, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes. You can go ahead and check that out and find a couples therapist that would be a right fit for you today. Take responsibility for your actions. That's the next point. It's never easy admitting that you were wrong. It's human nature for us to always want to be right. We look through our own lenses, and sometimes it's difficult to see things from another person's perspective. Owning your mess is important to healing. It helps to rebuild trust. And in some cases, it even rebuilds intimacy. The next point, be patient. It's impossible for cheating to have happened and the parties involved are healed after 2 weeks. It's going to take time to rebuild that trust. It's going to take time to feel comfortable again. In some cases, it may even take time to be vulnerable. Just be patient during the process and continue to do the work. Finally, work on yourself. That's always important, regardless of the relationship. If it's going to work, if it's not going to work, you're going to always have yourself. So if couples therapy is not an option for you both right now, then I would encourage you to find individual therapy for yourself. Work on becoming a better version of you. And you're probably looking at me like, but I didn't cheat. Why do I have to change? Because regardless of whatever, there's always room for improvement. It's not to say you did anything wrong. It's not to say you caused it. It's just to say that part of me is dead. I'm no longer that person. And I'm now going to start rebuilding this new version of who I'm becoming. And if you're the person who's caused the hurt, I'm going to get to the root of the reasons why I did the things I did. I want to be better for myself, for the future of this relationship. So again, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes for you to find a therapist in your area to help you work through some of these difficult moments. Remember, relationships require foundational work. Think about it from the perspective of building a house. You never put the roof up before you lay the foundation, right? I want to share with you my ebook, Love Under Construction, an ebook filled with foundational tools to help you get your relationship back on track. So if you struggle with finances, commitment, communication, all these are tools that are in this ebook, and I want you to grab your copy right now so you can start the process of getting your relationship back on track. I hope this episode has been super beneficial for you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit subscribe. I would love to welcome you into the community, and I would love for you to know whenever I drop another video. So until we meet next time, guys, be patient with yourself. Take care.